do 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 do. Don't worry. Be happy. Don't worry, be happy now. Now, I woke up with that song in my head, and let me tell you, I woke up anxious the last 2 days. But today, don't worry, be happy. And I said to myself, you know what? That's right. And I'm going to talk about it because if you're a worrier, if you're an anxious person, and you're holding on to a lot of fear, you're holding on a lot about things happening in the world, and there's a lot happening in the world that you can be worried about. And this is not to say to be callous and uncaring and self-centered. This is not even to say to turn the world off. This is just to say, what can I do? And let me not worry about anything else, because you can take action steps, you can do what you need to do, but there is nothing I can do, for example, about the state of the world. Like, my job is to try to make people that I come into contact with feel better or feel something. And your job might be something totally different. And it's a tough line to walk because you don't want to give up on causes that are important to you or put your head in the sand. But the things that seek to destabilize you want you to be worried. The things that seek to take away your power want you to be worried. The things that seek to make your way of life worse want you to be worried. These forces know that you are more easily conquerable when you are worried. So don't worry, be happy. It is very hard to shake someone who is not worried, who is happy. It's hard to get in the way of that person. It's harder to shake their movements. It's harder to shake their beliefs. It's harder to sway them through propaganda even. You know, when you can, don't worry, be happy, your way through the day, you're going to find things are easier because you're not spending your brain power on worrying about things you can't control. The things you can control, that's a different story. And like I said, you still want to show up in the ways that you want to and can. But don't worry, because worrying is a kind of a pointless way to spend your life. And I say this as someone who used to worry a lot, you know, and who still rides an anxious frequency sometimes. When you're going along, you know, life is going to give you some troubles. But when you worry, you make it double. So don't worry, be happy. And I'm just going to say, you have a responsibility to keep yourself at the optimum mental state to help people who are not doing as well. Now, that's not to say have pressure to be perfect, have pressure to change like things you can't change. Just show up as your best self, and the things that you want to actually have happen can happen better because you're pouring into yourself. Therefore, you're pouring into others. Therefore, other people can pour into other people beyond you. Like I said, the things that want you powerless want you worried. When you worry, you give away your power. So when you can take that back and say, no, I am not going to panic. I am not going to worry. I am not going to crash out right now. I am going to take ownership of how I feel, take stock of it, and stop worrying, because worrying is that wheels spinning. What? Quit it. What is it doing? Are you actually working on stuff? When that happens, no. All of your brain power, all of your energy, all of the frequency you have is going directly to the worry. So if you want worry to be the most important thing in your life, by all means, keep doing it. But if you don't, which you probably don't, then don't worry. And I know doing that is easier than, it's more difficult to do than to say. But don't you owe it to yourself to try? Don't you owe it to the people around you to try? Don't you owe it to your kids? Don't you owe it to your community? Don't you owe it to the people who you need to show up for? Even in your job, even in your social life, just being in a less worried frame of mind gives you resources to help other people. And if you're trying to help the world, that is the way to start, because we do each have power. We all individually have power. But when you show up around other people and you're less worried, you can be not just part of the conversation, but part of the healing. And we're all trying to heal, or at least a lot of us are trying to heal. So when you can show up, hi, is everything all right? As opposed to, oh my God, I didn't sleep at all last night. Oh my God, everything is on fire. You are not going to get much done, because the person who needs to maybe talk through something with you in order for them to be their best self at that meeting or whatever, or, say you're going to let's say a meeting, like that person is not going to be able to do their best work, maybe, if you aren't showing up as your best self, because you showing up calm, you showing up saying, I can't control that, I can't control that, I can't control this, taking stock of that person who needs a shoulder is going to see you as a safe place to go. And we should all, I think, not to preach at you, but we should all try to be safe places for other people, because sometimes there aren't safe places in the actual place where we are. So if you can show up collected, ready to use your gifts for whatever cause or whatever objective, the person who needs it will say, I'm really having a hard time. Can you talk to me? Is everything, can I vent to you? And if you're not in a worried state, you can be who that person needs you to be. And if you can't show up for that person, that's fine. You can't show up for everyone. And that's okay. We're only human. We only have so much bandwidth. We can only do so much in a day. We can only make so many decisions in a day, which is another reason why worrying is not going to help. Worrying is going to take those precious decisions, that decision-making time, those synapses that you only have so many per day of, and give it to the highest good. And that's what I would like to send out right now to you and for myself, is use me for my highest good, and let me be in the mindset that will help others be in their highest good. That's where I am at. And, if you need to, go listen to Don't Worry, Be Happy. It helped me this morning, because I woke up just thinking, in your life, you'll have some trouble. But when you worry, you make it double. Don't worry. Don't worry. Be happy. Don't worry, be happy now. Do, 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 do. Don't worry. Do, 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 do. I'm telling you. Do, 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 do. Don't worry, be happy. Do, 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 do. Don't worry. Do, 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 do. Be happy. Do, 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 do. Don't worry, be happy.